Ever wish that Minecraft had stronger allies to fight by your side? Well, in this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to turn Allays into super powerful allies that can help you out in all kinds of ways. Ignoring the decimation of the land around me, which, in case you're curious, I did these commands on a live stream and chat made me blow up the entire world. But anyways, these commands can actually turn the Allay into a super powerful combat as well as utility ally that's just going to follow you around. All you have to do is give the Allay a nether star, and it's going to get a ton of unique abilities. So number one, if you are ever near an enemy, the Allays are going to rush over to you and throw these enemies all up into the air. Like if you ever get near an enemy, it's just going to go over, and it's just going to yeet it up into the air. Additionally, they're going to be shooting these sonic blasts at the Allays, or at whatever they see, which can just decimate just whole hosts of things, and it really makes the Allay just an all-around combat utility. Now, we have these two combat advantages, but let's not forget that the Allay is originally just made to pick things up. With the enhanced Allay, if I am holding a hopper, any items near the Allay will automatically be warped over to me. I'll show you guys this again real quick. Once I have these on the ground, boom. Just the Allays being near it as soon as I hold a hopper immediately gets sent over to me. Additionally, any XP orbs that are near the Allay will also just start getting warped to me automatically. So that way anything that's in the Allay that I'm going to probably want automatically comes to me anyways. Finally, we also have some additional nice little transportation things. Let's say you are up somewhere high, you need to get down, you don't have a water bucket, no easy way to get down. Simply hold a feather, and one of your little Allay guys is going to hover over you and help you down. You get a nice slow landing. Additionally, if you look up, your Allays are actually going to start to carry you up. Now, I mean, keep in mind, the Allay is just a little guy, and you're quite so big, so it is kind of slow. Now, of course, you can adjust the commands to make this faster if you want. But I think this speed is quite reasonable for the size of the Allay. And basically by holding this feather and looking up, your Allay is just gonna pick you up. So not the best way to get around, but it's quite useful in a pinch. And yeah, it's just a bunch of really cool superpowers that we can give to the Allay with not too much work. Get a lot of utility out of these guys. The other thing is, it only works if they have the nether star. Now you can change what item you guys want to use. But, for instance, if I take away both of their nether stars, you can see they don't really care about this husk. As soon as I give one of them another star, immediately is going to start attacking them. Like, just no mercy. And because they're Allays, they're just naturally going to follow you around as it is. So, it's just a really strong ally system. Alright, let's get right into the commands. So to start off, we have the movement systems. That's where you're holding the feather. You're going to get slow fall. One of them is going to be hovering over you. Get slow fall. If you look up, you get levitation. So that's the first thing we're going to do here with these set of commands. So repeating 0-tick delay. What we have here is basically we're executing at the player if they're holding a feather in their main hands. The first thing it's going to do is basically teleport the nearest Allay that's holding another star, so one of the superpowered Allays, but only one of them. It's just going to teleport it up above your head. That way it kind of looks like it's helping you hover. The next command, we are going to be executing at any player that's holding a feather. As long as there is an Allay within 5 blocks, you're going to get slow falling. After that, we're going to be basically doing the same thing, except we are checking if they are not holding a feather. We're going to give them slow falling 0-0, which is going to immediately cancel the slow falling. Just to show you what that's like, you can see I have slow falling on the side of my screen. As soon as I swap off, I immediately start falling faster. And that's just so you have a little bit more control. So basically this just cancels the slow fall. Similarly, we have almost the exact same thing for levitation. The only difference is, obviously we have levitation as the effect, but we also have this, Rx equals -60. That just means that it's only going to work if you're looking upwards. Additionally, if you guys do want to make the levitation go faster, just make 0 into a higher number. That's all you have to do. Then we have pretty much the same thing once again that we did to cancel the levitation, that we did to cancel the slow falling, but now we're doing it for the levitation. So it's checking, is the player not holding a feather, which is why we have quantity equals 0 here. If they're not holding a feather, cut out their levitation. That's it. Alright, so that's all you need for the actual like transportation of things. So next up, we are going to be doing the melee attack. So I'm gonna disable this real quick so you guys can get a better view of how the melee works. But basically, if I am near a husk, or any monster for that matter, the Allays are gonna run straight towards it. Doesn't matter where they are, they're basically just gonna try and get to the mob and then send it up in the air. So sometimes it'll bounce it if you're near it, but a lot of times it's just gonna be able to do fall damage. And it's a really effective way of, especially when you're in a pinch, the Allay is gonna come over if you're surrounded, gonna knock these guys in the air away from you and save your life maybe. So the way that we're gonna do this is simply, we're gonna run a tag command. It's going to remove the tag close range from anything that has the tag close range. Then we're going to give, for any player, we're going to give any monster within 5 blocks the tag close range. Then with this command, we're going to have the Allay teleport towards any mob that has the tag close range. After that, we are going to be giving from the Allay, giving anything with the tag close range within 3 blocks of the Allay, levitation for 1 second, but it's times 40. Then finally, we are going to be removing the levitation effect from them immediately. Otherwise, they'd go up way too high and way too long. This just gives them a quick burst of levitation that sends them up really high really quickly. And that's basically it. Once we have this, anytime I'm near a monster, boom, the Allays are just going to throw it into the air. Alright, so the next one we have, this is one I forgot to mention in the demo, but anytime that there is an Allay near me, I get some regeneration. So it's quite nice. As long as I'm near one of my Allays, you can see I get regeneration. So you just get a little extra health boost whenever they're around. Really helps you stay alive. Alright, next up we have what I think is probably the most interesting aspect of this. Oh, okay, thanks. Which is the ability to have them shoot out these sonic blasts that home on to enemies and just deal a ton of damage. So we have 2 towers here that are correlated to the sonic boom attack. The first one, what we're going to be checking for is the Allay if there is a monster within 20 blocks, unless there is already something named Blast, which is what the projectile is going to be, we're going to summon a bat that is named Blast. Next up, we're going to do at the thing named Blast, run the play sound for the Shriek, Skulk, Shrieker. That's what makes the sound effect that you hear whenever they fire off their attack. After that, we're going to give the bat named Blast invisibility. That way you don't actually see the bat, you just see the effect. Alright, then we have the actual mechanics of the attack itself. So first thing we're going to be doing is, for anything named Blast, just teleport forward facing the nearest monster. Then what we're going to do is simply add a particle effect. This is just going to give it the blast particle effect that you guys see. Following that, we have the damage commands. So what we're doing is, at anything named Blast, damage any monster that is touching it. DX equals 0 means that the bat is touching the hitbox of whatever monster. Then we're doing 12 damage. Now you guys might want to do more damage with your attacks, or less. Change this number. I say this anytime I show a damage command. Then we're doing the entity attack, and then the entity that's doing it is going to be the closest Allay that is holding another star. Following that, we are going to be executing that if the blast is within the hitbox of an enemy, it's just going to kill itself. That way, once it hits something, the bat is going to die. Finally, what we're going to be doing is executing at the blast bat. If there's no monsters nearby, go ahead and kill yourself. And that's basically, it's actually not all that complicated to have the sonic blasts that these Allays are shooting. And it's also quite fun to watch them bounce sometimes. It's quite satisfying. Alright, finally, the last thing that we're going to be adding to these superpowered Allays is just the superpowered pickup. Because, you know, it feels wrong to have super powerful Allays and then not actually have any version of picking up, seeing as that is their main process. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. I didn't think I could do that. Anyways, so the first thing that we're going to be doing is executing at any Allay that has the Nether Star. Just give the tag to any nearby XP orb, pick up. Then we are going to basically have a teleport command. Anything that has the tag pick up, simply teleport yourself automatically facing towards the nearest player. And that's going to be for the XP orbs, since I don't think there's much of a reason to not pick up XP orbs. Anytime you're near an Allay, it's automatically going to pick up XP orbs. But since you don't always want to be picking up items, I wanted to make it so you had to be holding an item to tell the Allays to pick something up for you. So I chose the hopper because I think that makes sense. You guys are more than welcome to change that item if you want. Anyways, what we're doing here is basically checking for the superpowered Allay, and then it's going to say if a player is within 20 blocks and is holding a hopper in their main hands, you can add the pickup tag to the item. And that's going to be doing the same teleport command, so we don't even need to repeat this. It's using the same tag, using the same teleports. And yeah, that is essentially it. It's not too many commands, but you can turn the Allays into a very, very useful thing to just bring with you at all times. They're going to be healing you, keeping you alive, saving you from danger, picking things up, helping you move around. It really makes the Allays into just such a strong utility. Yeah, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you join our Discord. There's a lot of helpful people in there. They'll help you with any issues you might have. You're more than welcome to ask questions in the comments, but I promise you, you're going to get a better result if you look at the Discord. Finally, I have begun doing all the commands for my videos on stream, so if you guys are ever interested, if you see me live streaming, feel free to just join, and yeah, it's kind of fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Goodbye.